Call this meeting of the Commissioners to order. Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good afternoon, everybody. We'll begin with the minutes of our March 18 meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
A second.
A motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the March 18 meeting minutes. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. First up on our agenda today is opening of bids for the 2025 CCMG paving projects. Jane, you've been receiving bids?
Yes.
Okay. We have 4 packets here. We'll open these and record these, and then we will hand them off to Madison Seif from Butler Fairman for your analysis, and then you can come back and advise us accordingly. First bid is from the Paul H. Rowe Company, Sunman, Indiana. Total cost of the project bid is $1,939,022.57. Second bid packet is from Milestone Contractors, Richmond, Indiana. Total cost of the project bid is $1,717,860. Third bid packet is from DC Construction Services, Pendleton, Indiana. Total project bid $2,219,141.12.
The last bid is from the Dave O'Mara Incorporated, North Vernon, Indiana. And I'm looking here for a page that has the total bid amount. So far, all I see is broken down by projects. Here we go. Total of all roadway base bid prices, $1,559,845.78. Did you get all those wrote down, James? Let's have a motion to take these into consideration and hand them off to Butler Fairman for analysis.
I'll move to make a motion, take these under advisement, let Butler Fairman go through them.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy. Take these bids in, under advisement and hand them off to Butler Fairman and Seifert for their review and analysis, and for them to come back and advise us on which is the best bid. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, James. Madison, would you like to take possession of these now? Let us know what you think as soon as possible. Okay. We'll move on to our department reports. First up is Kelly Van Meter.
Hi. So I've got the sheet here, I'll give you, I don't know if I pass that on. This was last minute today, because I just got the information yesterday. So that is the mapping grant that we applied for GIS WPS. We did receive the grant. As of today, they are starting on that new upgrade for this. It is a reimbursement grant, so we have to pay, then they reimburse us back. So in the first quarter, it'd be 25%, second quarter would be 50%, and the last would be 25% of pay. Jolisa and I talked this morning, and we weren't sure on like if there was to be other quotes, but then I had said, you know, this is our vendor that we use. You know, the assessor's office uses it, we use it. It's widely used, so I wouldn't know why we would go outside and try to propose another vendor to quote. What we need is an approval on this from you and a signature. However, Jolisa, I texted her, we did not see a signature sheet to have today, so we're gonna have to go back and ask the scout Leslie that sent us this today for a signature sheet for the commissioners to sign, to approve it, for the proposal.
Okay, is this what you have, Jane?
Well,
That's what yes.
did
that's what
Jolisa send that? Okay, good,
Okay.
because I mean, that's what she said.
Well, that's right, there is no signature page on
Yeah,
this.
we couldn't
copy
find
here.
one.
There's, yes.
Is it?
There is.
Where is there?
Well, she and I both were crazy then because she sent that to
Here,
Page 5.
here it is, page 5.
Okay, so she must have found it after I'd left from talking to her, because we didn't see it at first, and I
So
said.
this was last minute, so she.
Yes, I know.
They probably resent her something maybe.
Yes, because we were looking and we couldn't find one to print out. And then I knew that, I was in her office when she was talking to you to see what we needed to do today.
Yeah.
Okay, So we'll have to spend $29,665, and then they will reimburse us that amount.
Right, so like they had said, Leslie, the gal that we were talking to, it would be 25% on the first quarter. And then they would do 50% second quarter, and then the final at the end would be 25. So that's how they were saying you could pay it on the reimbursement, or on the pay, and then they reimburse you.
Okay,
So basically $30,000 to, I round everything up, I know it ain't 30, but
okay. So this has got to be paid out of your budget lines, right? No.
no, I don't pay mapping. Mapping is paid by, Jane, is that commissioner or courthouse? I used to pay mapping, but it got put into a different line.
You pay for WPH, don't you?
All I pay is an annual fee to keep
It's
it on public service,
$4,025 a
public
year,
line.
and I'm not
Okay.
sure who we put that into the line, I'm not sure who
I
pays
don't know,
it.
because Jolisa copied him and Amy King on the
Right,
email,
no,
so that's
it's
why
at
I wasn't
it's either
sure.
commissioners or courthouse.
Okay.
There's an actual GIS mapping fund line.
Because it's in Amy King's, her department, that's what she does.
It used to be in mine, but
We'll find somewhere.
I'll make a note of that I'm,
Chris.
huh?
Chris.
Chris, he was taking diligent notes on my paving, so go ahead and do the mapping too. So this, like I said, this was last minute this morning. It really wasn't last minute. We did a Zoom yesterday. But as far as doing the proposal and everything, we were just getting it together today. So we had to quickly talk to Jane to see if we need to be over here.
Did it have to be done today?
Not the signature
Okay,
part, no.
that's right.
Just we need, since it was the day of the commissioners meeting, we wanted to get here this month.
Okay.
Well, now Jolisa said that they won't start work on the grant without it.
Until we sign.
Yeah.
But even if we sign, not today, but let's say that you take it, you sign it, and then either I or Jolisa comes and picks it up from the office Thursday, we can still submit it. We just wanted to get your okay and proposal today.
So, yes, okay.
If I read the emails right, I think Joe Lisa's advice was for us to approve this today,
Yes,
sign it.
yes. And get it back.
So there's
Correct.
no further delay.
Right.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve and sign this WTH GIS mapping for the 911.
It's for everybody. It's for
for
the
the roads.
assessors, and it's gonna benefit everybody. I also have to submit from my 911 vendor, it's called an MSAG, which is street formats. So I will be also today sending those street formats to GIS as well. That way they can actually zone in on even better on the addresses that we use in 911.
That's good.
But until it's done and over, I don't know what it's gonna have, the outcome will be until it's all upgraded. I'm sure it'll be good.
We have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the grant agreement with WTH for the 911 mapping. Any further question? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. We'll take care of this right now, Kelly.
Thank you. And then Jane, are you gonna resubmit that back to Jolisa? Yes. Okay, very appreciative of that. Okay, and that's all I have. Do you have anything for me today since I'm here? I wasn't on the thing until now, but,
I don't have anything for you.
okay. All right. Have a good day, guys.
skip that when we get down that far. That takes care of that. Okay, County Assessor Jeff Coleman.
Good afternoon. I'm here for my annual hiring of our part-time reassessment clerk. I have a young woman, born and raised here in Carnersville. Her name is Ashley Wicker. I'd like for your approval to hire her for that part-time position.
Say Ashley Wicker.
Ashley Wicker, it's A-S-H-L-E-Y, then Wicker, like it sounds.
Does she know what she's getting into?
No one ever knows.
Oh.
No, we'll take care of her.
We won't tell her until
Yeah.
she's...
Now, she's got good computer skills, good math skills, she'll be fine, yep.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve the 144 request for the County Assessor's Office for the hire of Ashley Wicker to a part-time position. Any further questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jane. There you go, Jeff.
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, have a great day.
Thank you.
Clerk Don Hughes.
Hello. I have a 144 for a new employee for the voter registration. It is Cassie Bright. She currently works part-time at the title company. She comes over and pull documents, so we kind of met up that way. So she's going to work for me part-time and then part-time. Great gal, willing to learn. Can't wait.
What did you say Kathy was going to be doing?
Cassie Bright, she's a voter registration.
Voter
So she'd be,
registration.
yeah, so Kimberly had left in December for family issues. She'd be taking over her position, so with it not being a non-election year, it'd be nice to get her in and help me get some stuff organized for 2026.
Okay, Cassie Bright.
Right, yeah, sorry, I got a little cold, so they came out a little differently.
I told her you'd get a little hard of hearing too.
I am. My hearing's not what it used to be, that's sure.
It's all right, it's that young age. Just
Yeah.
getting at you.
Move to approve the hire Cassie Bright part-time or voter registration.
Yeah, she's part-time, so she'll work
Part-time
28 hours a
for the
week, yeah.
clerk's office.
We have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the 144 request for the county clerk to hire Cassie Bright as part-time voter registration clerk. All in favor signify by saying aye. 3 ayes, Jane. Is there anything else we can do for you today?
No, that's it today. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Mr. Steve Bills is here for Community Corrections. It's grant application time for you.
I know I emailed a copy to everybody. Okay, you got one they can sign.
I did.
And you just emailed all of
I
us.
would, yeah.
I'm here on behalf of, obviously, Community Corrections, Prosecutor's Office, Probation, and Drug Court for our permission to file our grant for 2026. It's due on April 11th. Basically, just briefly, we are requesting as a group an extra $428,280 this year, an increase of 42.29%. Never hurts to ask. My guess is it's probably gonna be about a 5% cut across the board statewide, so, but we're gonna ask. The only one that, prosecutor's office did not ask for anything extra this time for the diversion fund. We asked for an extra 100,000 at community corrections. Ryan asked for an extra 248,500 basically. And drug court asked for an extra 79,500 rounded. And just hope we can get a little bit. I think with the female center coming open, I've been asked about that. Pretty constant since we started that project, and each year on the grant I put down that it's going to be opening. I think this time it's really coming, so I think that may help us a little bit as far as if there's any chance of getting something. Some work release centers are closing around the state, and as those close up, I'm hoping that they free that money up and give it to the ones that are still doing the work release. Other than that, if you have any questions for me.
Well, I hope you get what you're after.
I do too. I hope for myself and for the others. I mean, everybody needs it, of course, but every department, I'm sure, in the county needs it. The city, county, state. The last training I went to a couple, maybe a month ago, last meetings, they pretty much made it pretty clear. It's probably going to be a 5% cut for the most part. So we can do okay in our department if we just maintain where we were at for this year for 25. But they can't expect us to keep adding services, more services to the participants on the program if they don't give us more funds to do it.
Well, we'll see what they say.
Yeah. Like I said, it never hurts to ask. Ryan, do you have anything you want to add?
I'll move to approve Corrections Department spittle grant submittal for 2026.
I have a motion by Tracy, second by Dale, to approve the reapplications for 2026 Community Corrections grants. Is there any further questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
3 ayes, Jamie.
All right. Any word, is there any word for sure? I keep getting asked about the work release, female work release. Do we have I know you had a meeting a couple weeks ago. Is there a date that I can, folks from the state are asking me, and then I know prosecutor's office has been asking.
They're saying by the end of this month. From what I've read recently in email exchanges, all the signage is supposed to be completed this week. And there's just a few little finishing touches here and there, and there was no one over there yesterday, and there's no one over there today for me to talk to that was on site. So as of last week, I think all the cameras were up and functioning properly. The sheriff probably is more up to date on that than I am.
Yeah, the doors and everything are functioning now, so it's getting close.
Yeah, I stopped in the other day, walked through it, it didn't really tell me, it doesn't really, looks like you could almost open it up tomorrow, but it's coming along, looks good, but.
Yeah.
Okay.
I surely hope that they can, be done this month like they said they would be. So, but just be ready for anything to go wrong. If anything can go wrong, it will, you
I get
know?
it, yeah. Well, we've got females that are starting to get sentences, Zach, I'm sure knows,
Yeah.
and questions about, and Jeff probably knows as well. So whenever it's ready, I think we'll be ready to go.
I think if there was anything any of us could do to hurry it up, we certainly would have already done it. So we're just all waiting.
I think we were hurrying it up, what, 3 years ago now? Has it been about 3 years?
It probably
It
has
was
been,
2
you
years in
know,
September.
since we started, you know.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, guys.
thanks, Steve.
Yep. And Jamie will just send all of us again.
I'll send you the signed copy.
This only needs one signature, Jane.
Just you.
You want it on the front page here? EMA Director Wade Walling. Wade, do you have anything today?
I do, just a couple quick things. Wanted to let you all know that and I'm under the weather, sorry if I sound a little crackly. Not contagious though. So we have the emergency alerts, that automation has already started. You may have received some alerts the other day. It happens really fast with that system now. I'm kind of fine tuning it so it's not sending us Union County and Franklin County stuff anymore. And I'm sure we'll see several more of them come out. National Weather Service is expecting our flood stage in Alpine to be around close to 14 feet, which is minor flooding in Fayette County, which will start affecting some of the lower ground lands over the next 72 hours. They're expecting 6 to 8 inches of rain is what they're saying. And the ground's already wet, so that water's not going to have a place to go but out. So I just wanted to kind of let you all know that that was going on, that the weather alerts are working. So those automated alerts will come out for watches and warnings only, not advisories. So if there's a watch or a warning, it'll come out for any weather-related storm.
And there was one day, I think it was last week or so, I got,
3 of them, 4 of them?
it seemed like about 6 or 8.
It may have been. Because,
Got 2 phone lines, so I get double,
same here.
and it's just,
Yeah.
after a while, it gets old.
Yeah, I understand. The thing is too, with that system, it doesn't differentiate. So you're in the leadership group that's in the system, plus you're already in the system to receive emergency alerts, so you're getting them twice. So every time you're in a specific group, like department heads get them several times, things like that, so, but yeah. We're toning them down or trying to dial them in to where it's right on, but it's just gonna be a little bit of work between now and where we want to get it to, so.
Well, the alerts are helpful, that's for sure.
So, other than that, that's all I had. I just want to let you know that.
Okay.
Anything for me?
Got anything you want to talk to Wade about? Okay.
It's all right.
All right, thanks, Wade. For the Highway Department, Chris Gettinger, do you have anything you want to report on?
Not necessarily.
We have been out putting cans in, pretty hot and heavy. Things are going well with that. It's my understanding on this bid deal that they're wanting to do that a lot sooner this year than in the past. So we've stepped that up as much as we have maybe tried to step it up. But I think we'll be done with 400 West tomorrow. Other than one big can, we're still questioning whether we do that or not. But there's one that probably, nothing worse than having to do it after they pay for it. So we're going to struggle a little bit with that. We may have to get a little help to get it taken care of. But all the other cans clear up to Hawkinsville Road. Should be one more to do tomorrow. And then we'll have that. Got a few other cans we've got to stop and, that aren't on them roads and get taken care of here next week at the latest. So things are going all right. The roads are, we've got some roads in bad shape. We know that. 2 weeks probably to get any hot mix yet. And some of this stuff, we've had the paver in the shop for 2 weeks, going through it, getting it ready, which I think is new to it. I'm not sure it's used to being there. So there's going to be some places where we're going to go in and just do some strip paving, and some of this stuff we just got to do different. It's not working. So, but I've been on the phone with pals, and they're saying the second week of April, probably later in the week even. So if I tell you that, it might be the third week of April before we get some hot mix here. But some of these just, you know, it was a rough winter. No burning on some of these roads, stood in water too much. Several things to work on. So we'll get there. It just takes a while. Anything?
I think it's typically mid-April before they get that hot mix
Yeah, I was
plant
hoping to
going.
push that a little bit.
Yeah.
Mostly because we're getting pushed on it, want something done, and I got that. I understand it's frustrating. It is. But
Yeah.
we're trying to be ready with the paver when we can get the hot mix, so we can start doing some stuff and try and get this taken care of the best we can. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll be going out there and taking a look-see on 400 West here real soon, because you get up toward Hawkinsville. I can't remember the exact address, but there was at least 2 of those old culverts there that still has
The head wall,
the big head walls on
as
it.
of tomorrow, they won't be, the one of them have a head wall.
Yay, I'm
One of them
glad.
one of them come out this morning. Piece of concrete half as big as that desk there come out of that head wall. I can't believe they even got it up out of there with the excavator, but it was out laying in the middle of the road, so hopefully we don't have to close the road tonight.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, the other one will come out.
Yeah, I
Provided
don't
we
think,
don't get rained out or something, but that's where we're at.
yeah, I
It's
don't
right
think
there.
anybody likes those things anymore.
They know, Wise has come out, they've thanked us 10 times for getting them out of there. You know, equipment's big nowadays, they can't get through there. If you go up 400 there where it tees into 150, we put a can right there, and we took that head wall out on the west side there, for that can was going diagonal across the road. It doesn't go diagonal across the road no more, it goes straight across and into the ditch. And why they ever went diagonal across there with no waterway on the other side, I have no idea, but that's not how it is now. But they made that intersection a lot wider. The farmers they're not ever gonna love us, but they ought to appreciate that they'll be able to get around the corners now. So,
Yeah.
and we've done that knowing it needed to be done. So, I think time we get done tomorrow, there's 7 cans on 400 that we've changed. And there might be 8 if we tackle the big one here, so.
Yeah. No doubt there's gonna be some on those other projects.
Yeah, I think there's 4 on 350, going up North Menlo Park Road there. Talked to one of them, got a conversation with farmers on both sides of the roads about one of them. That's all gonna work out okay, they're good with it. One farmer was worried about dumping, if we put a new can in, because the can that's there is half full of mud. So if we put a new can in, we're just gonna take that much more through it, but I think we've got that worked through, we've got a plan on that, so, everybody seems to be good with that. And yeah, there's 4 up there. We did work on that bridge to the north, or it's 3 railroad cans on up there north of, was it Pentecost up there. Had the road closed overnight, a week and a half ago, I think. Had a can that was drawing a sinkhole there, and we ended up welding a plate in there and putting concrete over the top of it to fix it. And so we let it sit overnight. So we actually had that road closed overnight to fix that. But I think we'll be good there now. So the guy's been working really hard at this. Sometimes it's hard to see what you get done in a day, but there's a lot of things happening there. So we'll get there. Anything else?
No, I don't. Do you
Appreciate
have
it.
anything? Okay, well, thanks, Chris. From our maintenance department, Josh Jarbro is here. Josh, do you have anything you want to report on?
Yeah. All right. So right now, we got out and mowed today for the first time, so that smells terrible. But so the boiler state inspector was here. It's been about 2 weeks ago. We did get dinged on a few things, and it was all due to the new boiler installs. One of which was carbon monoxide testers. There is now carbon monoxide testers in every boiler room that we have in all buildings. It wasn't required in the annex, but we went ahead and put one in there. Anything 2019 prior was grandfathered in, but with us putting a new boiler in over there at the jail and then one here, we had to go ahead and put those in, so we knocked them all out. That was on there. Then the relief valve on the boiler that was installed over at the jail, it didn't meet like plate on the boiler. It's not in spec with the relief valve. I talked with the state inspector today, and he contacted Resolve Tech, so it should be resolved now. So we'll see. So they got, I think, 11 days or something to get that taken care of. Otherwise, we get fined, which we'll send in the bill. So, and then currently got North Mechanical in the building. They are upstairs in the attic. The water heater that we had that hasn't been working in, I don't know, hasn't been working since I've been here. That was another thing that we had to, because it still had the water being ran through, it had electric, like the boiler portion of that was still hooked up as if it was working, just shut off. So the state inspector told us to cap off all that, get all the lines. It can't act as a boiler, even with it on or with it off. So I've got them disconnecting it right now, the gas lines, the water lines, and the power to it. We'll still use the like the bladder of the tank just as a holding tank because it's hooked up to a unused chemical line that we have. So I don't know when the last time that was used, but for future we will be able to run chemicals in it, and that's on the docket for sometime really soon, just to kind of clean our lines out a little bit. But that's really about it. George fixed our lawnmower, so I don't think we need to go that route. I ended up buying that welder, and if it breaks now, then I guess we'll just slap some more weld on it. But and then I also have the two boys, two men from the high school. Gavin and Zane's been working down in the basement. We got the sheriff's department's trailer full of boxes right now. We'll move those out probably Thursday. So we're going, I told them I want every box out of there before school's out for the summer, so they got the work cut out for them. But that's really about it.
Not that they care, but you can tell them I've been watching.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Sometimes they have that attitude of I don't really care, and I'm like, well, you should care, like. But I just think that's the way it is today. I don't know. We are gonna be getting, so we're gonna have a lot of extra steel from those racks that are down in the basement holding up all those files. We're actually gonna repurpose that into the jail. We're gonna use that to expand the door frames. The brick that's actually crumbled behind there, there's some doors that I can't do anything with, so we're gonna open the doors up and take them a few blocks back and pretty much lag them to the 2 blocks back to keep them open. So we are repurposing that, all those shelving. Unless you want to come down there and cut it and take it out. It's all one piece.
Did you say you're going to repurpose that material in the door repair? Okay.
Yeah, because we'll be able to cut, with us having a welder now, we'll be able to cut those into sections. Basically flatten them out, making a plate, put a plate on the outside, put a plate on the inside, take some all thread through the brick and be able to stretch the doors, so to speak. Then they won't be able to shove a book in there, and I mean, they'll still do it, but I'll be able to actually fix the door instead of beating the crap out of it and hoping that it gets fixed. So
Okay, good.
that's going to start sooner than later. So other than that, that's about it. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay, well, when we approve claims today, Resolve Tech will have been paid in full for the boiler work that they've done. So, as far as you know, the only thing left to clean up there is the relief valve in the basement of the jail.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and I just talked to him before I came in, and he says that he's got one, should have it by the end of the week, if not beginning of next week. And said he'll be down here before the 11 days is up, so.
Okay.
He told the state inspector that too, so hope he's right.
Better be.
So you say we got a final payment today?
When we approve claims today, we will have paid off the Resolve Tech for all the boiler work that they've done.
So we just put that one back till they do what they're supposed to do to fix?
I don't think that's a
That's
big
part of it.
issue. It's only a brass thing about this big. It's take
So you
the old
think
one
they'll
out,
take care
screw
of
the
it?
new one in,
Yeah, it's they're either gonna get the $250 fine that we would get charged, or they would go out and spend $100 and fix it. I would think that they would do.
Yeah. The only difference in it is, I think, on the boiler it says 1 million BTU, and on the valve it says 990,000 BTU. It's a silly issue, really.
Yeah.
That, you know.
Yeah, the manufacturer claims, they stamp it at $1 million. Like, they'd say that this is what it is, and then the actual burner on the boiler only gets up to 960. So they slapped a 970 on there and called it good, and that's not. The plate says one thing and the relief valve says another. They want them both to match. The state does, so that way they're covered if
Makes sense.
they do. Yeah.
Okay, is that all you got?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Anybody got any questions for Josh? We would give you some more assignments, but I know you got enough on your plate the way it is.
Yeah.
You and your crew are doing a good job, Josh.
Yeah, I let the boys know, or the guys, gosh, that, you know, they're guaranteed through the school year. I'll give them some hours, but after that, they're gonna have to really prove to me that they wanna work instead of, but, you know, they're doing a good job, they really are. They've made it interesting, that's for sure, so. But we'll see. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming in. Mr. Ryan Siggers is here from the probation department. I think he has something of a report.
Yes, I emailed you all last week our 2024 probation report. Made some extra copies if you need one. Pass those down. This was sent to IDOC. It's a part of closing out our grant every year as well. Just wanted to hit a couple of the highlights. We supervised 1,263 individuals last year at one point or another. Could have been for the whole year, could have been for a few months, just depends on what kind of case they were sent. We completed 86 pre-sentence investigations. Kara Snyder writes all of those for us. Those are big, long reports the courts have to have. Those are extremely time-consuming. Our average caseload size is 113. The recommended is 40 to 60, depending on risk level and things like that. So we're in a similar boat to most probation departments, just high numbers. We conducted 5,265 appointments. That's actually down. The courts were gracious enough to allow us to start doing some non-reporting probation on some very low-risk misdemeanor offenders that don't necessarily need as much supervision as other people do. Lets us focus on high-risk, dangerous individuals and not worry about your first-time DUIs and maybe somebody who got into a bar fight sort of situations. Top 5 offenses: OVWI, possession of meth, possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a syringe, and domestic battery. Those are the big things that we're dealing with overall. I know money is not necessarily your huge, it's more council than commissioners, but I did a little math, and based on our total budget, divided by our average caseload per month, how many people are on probation, dividing that all out over our workers, it costs about $4.96 a day to have someone on probation versus $37 a day to have them in jail. The county provides 55% of our funding. The other 45% comes through users' fees and grants. So the county's part is about $3 a day per person that we supervise. So we're kind of your cost-efficient adjudication for the criminal courts. Other than that, there's plenty of information here. If you have any other questions, just let me know. But that's all I had today.
Well, I think the way you just numbered that, it makes perfectly good sense to spend less money through probation and more money in jail. Now, you got one number here that's interesting to me. Your restitution. You list $43,628.64.
Yes.
Restitution collected. Now, is that money that would have been a loss for a victim?
Yes, for a victim. That was collected through the clerk's office through our cases that had restitution ordered one way or another.
Okay, good.
That's a state statistic that actually the state makes me collect and send to them too. They keep track of that statewide.
Well, I'm all for victims of crime to be made whole if they possibly can.
Yeah, I agree. Anything else I can help with today?
You got anything for Ryan? Keep up the good work, man.
I appreciate you all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sheriff Jones, do you have anything to bring?
Yeah, I gotta follow the cost-effective department. I gotta give my report. We do our best. I'll email these to you guys. I'll put a copy just in case. It's my annual jail report. It lists pretty much everything that the state says we have to list. Going through it, you can see the booking, the number of people that came to our jail has went down since last year just slightly. The big thing though is the average daily population. 2022 is almost 140, 23 is almost 130, and now it's down to 116. And that's even lower this year. I mean, I think we're at, let's do the first 3 months, we're at about 107 average daily population. So less inmates in the jail means less money that the county has to spend. Next page. Department of Correction money earned. We always get about the same amount. This is for somebody that's sentenced. They can stay in our jail. Anything past 5 days that they're there, the state has to pay us. So we've earned a little bit of money from that. Just like Ryan said, the top charges, they're always the same. Dealing was pretty high this year because of the task force. Dan, Joey, and Patrick Milan, they hit it pretty hard, and they arrested a lot of people for dealing. So that number was up from previous years, but battery, possession meth, possession of syringe, that's always our top stuff. Warrant is in there too. Then you got your staffing analysis. Jail inspector always wants me to add this, just so the council and commissioners know that we're still short. With the Women's Center not opening, we hired some, and it's been nice over there because we've had a lot of extra help. But when we move those females to the Women's Center, we're going to be short-staffed again. And 6 officers is what we need. According to my staffing analysis, the jail inspector seems to think we need 10. He always wants me to hire a professional to come in and do a staffing analysis, but it's basically you count your post and then you put 5 people per post, and that's what we need. So 30 officers in the current jail is what we need, and 10 in the Women's Center is what we need. So it gives us 40 employees. Right now we have 34, so we need 6 more. Transport's about the same. 70,000 miles is approximately what we drove last year. Ryan Young handles most of that, and jail officers also help out with that. Overtime was down quite a bit last year, almost $30,000. That's because we did hire the extra help for the Women's Center. It never opened, so we just used them in the jail, and they alleviated a lot of the overtime. Jail kitchen, we spent $270,000. That's $2.12 per meal. That pays for the food and the help. So if you can find some place that can feed you for $2 a meal, good luck. They're not eating like kings over there, but they're getting what the dietitian says they need. So, and we're doing it pretty cheap. Medical statistics, we spent a lot in medical last year, but the number increased a lot because we made up. We were not paying after October and just waiting until the next year to catch up on the bills, and I thought that was sort of silly that we've been doing that for years, so I said let's just get it caught up. So now we're up to date. So that's why that increase was there. It would have been probably closer to $230,000, $240,000. In there, when we use quality, they provide what they call bill scrubbing. So $401,000 when we send people to the hospital, that's the bills that we received. And if they didn't do this bill scrubbing, we would probably end up paying most of that. But the state says we only have to pay the Medicaid rate plus 4%. So they make sure that we pay that. And then they also, just like our insurance does for the county, they go in and scrub the bills and make sure we're not being overcharged. So out of that $401,000, we ended up only paying $64,000. So quite a savings by using quality. Again, they're still expensive, but there's a savings when we use them. Next couple pages are just programs and services. GED, we have that. Church, counseling, our therapeutic community that's provided by Community Corrections, and then our IRACS team. I like to think that the jail population is in part because of our IRACS team. They're following these people when they get out of jail, and they're helping them stay out of jail. Now, I haven't got the recidivism rate yet. We're still working on it, but we're not seeing a lot of return offenders. I mean, you've got your normals that they come in every other week, but for the most part, they're helping people stay out of jail, and I think it's the proof. I mean, when I left the jail today, we had 97 inmates. So to get under 100 in Fayette County, we're doing something. So I like to I like to think that it's the IREX team that's really helping. Maintenance projects completed. Jarbo's team did a lot. His head to grow because his hat might not fit, but they did a lot. They installed the control room floor. That was the big thing. It was the original floor, and it was tough to find, but we finally found it, and they installed all of it, took out the old stuff. It was extremely heavy, so it had to be a heck of a job, but they got it done, and it looks really good in there now. The door system with the new women's center, that was upgraded. The padded cell was fixed. It was tore up. We got a grant to fix that. There's just a lot of cleaning that was done. They've done a lot of good work this year. But there are still some issues. Unfunded maintenance projects. Inmate showers. There's a lot of rust, mold that we combat every day. A lot of the rust is breaking off and inmates can scratch themselves. So we need to get that fixed. The door glass, I think they started using Lexan, is that right? But there still are some that need repaired, I think, and they're going as they can. I mean, they still got a lot of other stuff to take care of, so when they get chance, they go in and fix that. Cleaning, like I said, a lot of rust, and it's just an old facility, so it takes a long time to get it fixed. The door system was upgraded, but the cameras are still pretty old. I think Sheriff Wason, when he was sheriff, he got new cameras, and that was a long time ago, so camera technology has improved, and it might be time to try to fix that. Our body scanner, again, we didn't pay for the dual vision. I told you guys this last year. We can still see stuff, but you really got to know what you're looking for, and we find stuff all the time on people. The sprinkler system, a lot of that is getting really old and rusted. We had an inmate that broke one of the sprinklers a few months ago, and it caused quite a bit of damage, flood. So getting some of those fixed. The cones, so people can't hang themselves basically, a lot of those are starting to fall off, and we just need to get those fixed. And then the door and intercom system, again, the doors were fixed. The intercom system, they told us is obsolete. I'm hoping that with the new women's center, eventually we can just replace all of it. And then the locks and the doors, like he said, the inmates take books and they just slam the doors because they got nothing else to do besides aggravate Jarbo. So getting those fixed, and it sounds like he's got a plan. So hopefully we can get that fixed this year. Once the women's center opens, move all the women, we'll have plenty of space, and we can just open up a couple blocks and let him and his team go to work. Any questions on that? All right. Also, I don't remember, I'm getting older, but did I tell you guys about the hiring of Patrick Milan?
I remember hearing that name, but I can't remember where.
The merit board, we had a merit board meeting a few weeks ago. Again, I don't remember, but the merit board decided to hire Patrick Milan. He was with the city police. When you talk to police officers in town and you say who's one of the best police officers in town, they'll tell you Patrick is. He decided he wanted to leave the city police, come work with us. So we got him. He started yesterday, but he's in the National Guard, so now he's got his 2-week AIT, but he'll be back pretty soon, and he'll be getting one of the gray trucks. I don't know what you guys think about those, but I like the black ones, but the gray ones look pretty good, I guess. But he'll be getting one of those, so people will see him out, and he's going to be a good addition to the department. And then also, Joey Laughlin is going to be leaving next Friday. He has put his retirement notice in. He's going to go work at the Gaming Commission. They offered him a position and he just can't turn it down because financially it's pretty nice for him. So he's going to leave, and I'm going to have a merit board meeting next week. But I've also got another current police officer that's interested in coming. Trevor Young works at Liberty Police Department, and he has shown interest in coming over and working for us. His dad's worked for us for 16, 17 years as a transport officer. And Trevor's gonna be another good addition to the department, and at no cost, because we don't have to send him to the academy. He's already got that. So just letting you guys know that those two are going to be added to our department.
This doesn't have to do with that, but I just thought of the Chase Combs and that gate. Did any of that get worked out?
Chase said that it's not something that he could tackle right now. So I'm glad you brought that up, because that's something if that's going to be open in the next month or two, we got to get a gate. I mean, walking inmates back and forth is just going to be a problem. We took an inmate to the hospital over the weekend, and they tried to escape on us. And it's a foot race is all it is. And I don't want to put that on my staff to have to chase people if they're walking back and forth. But we've got a couple quotes on that, so we'll have to figure out which way we're going to go on that. But then also paving that back lot. I don't know if you want to pave it before you put the fence up. That would make sense to me, but decisions. That's why you guys get the big books, I guess.
Well, it probably would make sense to pave that area before any new installations are made. Because I know it's pretty rough over there. It looks terrible.
Yeah.
But that's going to be a temporary thing. And if you heard Chris a while ago, it's going to be a couple of weeks at least before they open the hot mix plant. So,
Makes sense.
you know,
He's not going to do that project.
well, thanks for the report, Sheriff.
Yeah, and I also got Mr. Garcia here from Cintas. We've been looking, Jarbo also has been looking. We've been spending a lot of money on chemicals, toilet paper, paper towels. We've just been spending ridiculous amounts of money. And Mr. Garcia came to us and came up with a plan, and I think it's something that we should probably do. If you want to let him talk to you for a few seconds on the money he thinks he can save us. I mean, if we can say, I know everybody's worried about money, especially next year. He's thrown out some pretty good numbers that he can save us. So if you got time, if you let him speak and tell you what he can do for us, I appreciate it.
Sounds
Well, hi guys, I'm
Hi.
PJ. I don't know if you want me to stand up or stay seated over here, but just a little bit about myself really quickly. So I work with Cintas, this is my boss Tara, and then she started Monday, so she just tagged along for today. But over the past year or so, actually I should start with this first. So recently Cintas has renewed our sole partnership with the state of Indiana. So on the mandatory side of things, every state entity, we service all them with facility services, first aid, fire protection, all that good stuff.
Highway department has our uniforms.
Yeah, we do the highway department.
Wearing them right now for the
Yeah.
model.
But a little bit about me and my resume. I personally recently set up Randolph County Jail, Henry County Jail, and Wayne County Jail. Obviously looking to close Fayette County today, and I'm working with Grant County as we speak. And I'm working with Jay County Jail and a couple other school systems within my territory. But what we found after obviously on-site, I was able to make contact with Sheriff Jones, and he introduced me to Jarbo, and after a good amount of time spent together, we found that just the jail alone was spending between $1,500 and $3,000 a week just in cleaning chemicals alone. That's not including toilet paper, paper towel, potentially even mats, anything, right? And the package that I've pulled together for the jail, courthouse of its entirety, and the new women's center, all together, I have pretty much your worst case scenario number coming out to be a little under $1,200 for the jail a week, a little over I think $306 for the courthouse, and $309 for the women's center. And that would reflect the worst case scenario number based off of our better judgment of what each facility burns through on a weekly basis. So all three complexes combined, your guys' worst case scenario number for all three complexes will still be cheaper than the chemicals or still be cheaper than the weekly expenditure of chemicals that is at the jail currently, on that alone. So, I guess from there on out, do you guys have any questions or anything like that? I can cover obviously a lot more, but.
One thing I would like to add to, this was through the state QPA. So Centos won the bid for the state for all of these services. They've negotiated any price increases into QPA, and the first one I think is like 5 years on the road, so.
And I have an electronic copy of it, and I've emailed it to Zach Jones, Sheriff Jones as well. If you guys want a copy of it, and QPA numbers on there, so if you guys want to pump that in, read about a few thousand pages of legal documents, be my guest, but I haven't personally yet.
It makes sense to me. It looks like from, and we still can figure out exactly, I mean, like you said, worst case scenario, he's quoted sort of high, but they come in and only replace what we use. So coming in, it can always go down.
Yeah,
hopefully it doesn't go up.
Yeah, I should have spoken to that, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
On the service side of things, so we are a service-based company, so Audie would be you guys' service rep. He has been with us for 42 years. He does all of Newcastle, and he does all of Connersville himself, believe it or not. Pretty much every week, he actually takes care of Henry County Jail already, so he's no stranger to being in government facilities. So every week that he comes in, pretty much, say, let's talk about this building, for example. Let's say you guys always want to have 1 case of toilet paper, 2 cases of paper towel, or et cetera, right? Every time that he comes in, he's just going to drop off what you guys burned through the week before. So let's say it was a light week, you only went through 1 case of this, 1 case of that, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He's only going to drop that off, charge you for what you used, and then check out with the point of contact, which would be like Jarbo, right? Or Jarbo, I guess, would be probably his weekly point of contact at all 3 buildings, because I know you guys necessarily might not be here every day of every hour. Sheriff might be having to run around like crazy somewhere, but Jarbo, for the most part, is around here. So that would be his main point of contact. Same with the mats, picks them up, throws fresh sanitized mats down every week. And then the chemicals, we would hook up chemical systems at all 3 buildings, which dispenses our cleaning chemicals under lock and key, so no one can get a hold of the concentrate itself. We hook it up to a water line, it comes pre-diluted out, ready to use. And every time he comes in, he does a 6-point check, make sure it's full functioning, and charges you based off how many units of chemical you used on there. So.
Right now, what we're doing is you grab a jug of bleach and you just pour it in the water, and somebody may pour half a gallon, somebody may pour an ounce, but with the stuff they install, it's set up, and this is what you're going to use, and this is what you're going to get. So the savings, just talking with him, we're probably ballpark what, a couple $1,000s a month is what we're going to save. Is that what we were thinking?
Yeah, a few thousand, at least, and just on chemicals, it'd be a few $1,000s a month.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it just really does make sense. We're trying to save some money wherever we can and going with them. It just, like I said, it makes sense. Jarbo's talked to him pretty extensively, and I think he's in agreement that it just makes sense to do this.
If you guys are curious, we also, under the state, give you guys free dispensers as well. So our installation team would come in and install any color that you guys wanted to at each building. And if they get damaged or need to be replaced or malfunction, we'd come and replace those for free as well. We give you the batteries for free, so Audie would make sure Jarbo has umpteen cases of batteries at all time to replace for the automatic dispensers if need be, et cetera, et cetera.
So, just looking at this picture then, like the kind of trash cans we currently have.
Yeah, I don't have trash cans on here.
Okay, because I saw that, but I was wondering about it. Okay.
Yeah, so we usually just leave trash cans.
Just as they are.
If you guys want them, we can hook them up wherever you want. But you guys have a lot of built-in trash cans and a lot of big trash cans under counters. Yeah. So.
Yeah, we just leave all that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So that's nice though. Replacement.
And the nice thing about it is too is all of our dispensers use the same skeleton key pretty much. So rather than Jarbo having to have maybe necessarily a key ring on top of that, I know this is minute, or your guys' cleaning staff is kind of a minute issue, but having a uniform key also makes life pretty easy as well for all of them.
Sounds good.
I just know we're going through a lot
Yeah.
of money. I had Beth pull the bills for the last 6 months, and it's ridiculous how much money we're spending on this stuff. So I can get what he sent to you guys, let you review it, and let you guys make a decision maybe at the next meeting, hopefully. But it just makes, in my opinion, it just makes sense to go with the cheaper option. And they sort of take care of it for us, so we don't have, Jarbo, he can do other things instead of doing inventory all the time, so they'll take care of that for us. And it just makes sense in my opinion, but again, you guys can make that call for the courthouse, I guess.
So,
Well, we've done business with Centos at the highway department for a number of years. I don't even remember now how long you guys have been down there, but I don't ever remember an issue.
They can even, when the washer and dryer go down, I've talked to him, if it's a worst case scenario, they can even pick up the inmate uniforms and wash that for us, I think, that's when we talked about it. Is that right? Yeah. So, I mean, if it happens, instead of us taking them to the laundromat, they can pick them up, take care of it for us, and it's probably cheaper than us taking them to the laundromat, to be honest, so.
Well, could someone provide us with some materials to actually read, something that tells us exactly what we are spending now and what Centos is able to do or not do, and give us something to study and compare and make comparisons with?
Yeah, I have an itemized cost comparison, so single product to single product. So it shows you the cost savings on a product per product basis. And then I have the full packages as well, along with the state QPA, an endorsement letter, and then the acceptance agreements as well. I only have hard copies of the acceptance agreements, but I can show you or email you the cost comparison endorsement letter and packages as well.
Okay, well, as soon as we get us something to
Compare.
look at with.
All right. Yeah, if you just want to email, you already sent me that email, right? So I'll forward that to you guys, and you guys can review it, and then hopefully the next meeting we can make that change.
what did you say you brought with you?
These are the endorsement letters, acceptance agreement. So if you by you guys signing this, it pretty much just says, hey, we're approving Centos to come and obviously service us for X, Y, and Z. It's flexible, so obviously we want to keep the state happy. So by signing these, you guys are not binding yourself into anything crazy. It is a 60-month service agreement, but you can drop that all the way down to a $35 minimum weekly charge if need be, if anything crazy happens. But yeah.
Is that a part of what's on the email, or is that different?
No, this is different.
You want to leave those with, so we'd have those then?
Yeah,
You want
absolutely.
us to have those? That's
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
This attaches you to the state QPA.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a couple things to fill out, though.
Yeah.
So once this is done, do you mind if I just pen in some things and then I'll leave them with you? Okay.
All right. I feel like Wade, I've been up here for 20 minutes, so. You got any questions of me?
I don't.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep, thank you.
Surveyor Bill Mackey, do you have anything?
I don't have anything today.
Okay. Mr. County Attorney, do you have anything?
I don't think so. No, that was.
Okay. Anyone have any mail they want to share? Have anything under old business we need to take care of? Okay, under new business, we have the seed grant application, which we already took care of that. Is there any patron concerns in the room? Anybody got anything you want to complain about? Wade? Okay. All that leaves then is claims and payroll.
Second.
We have a motion by Dale, second by Tracy to approve claims and payroll. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. 3 ayes. Missed one. That concludes our agenda for today, unless we're forgetting something. Sure? Okay, Jane, are we forgetting anything?
I don't know.
Okay.
Jane says no, you're good.
All right.
A second.
A motion by Dale, second by Tracy to adjourn. All in favor? 3 ayes. We're adjourned. Thank you all very much.